All right, so this training is called either side slipping or side scraping, whatever you prefer. All right, the whole purpose of this position is to protect your lower glacis while still being able to take shots on an enemy and bouncing most of the enemy armor. Okay, so here we are. Uh, I'm on an IS-7, which a lot of people say should be played head on, right? But the IS-7 on the front right here, you see has a pretty good lower glacis, which can be easily penetrated. So even in an IS-7, you need to protect that lower glacis. On the other side of the map, right there, is Joker, and he is going to be side slipping from that side. All right, we're going to show you how side slipping or side scraping, however you want to call it, will is beneficial to you and the team as a whole. We're going to do this in several tanks and show you how each can work. Okay, so in that case, he shot and I was penetrated. The issue is not that I cannot side slip. The issue is I am too far this way, my rear, to him. So now if I reduce it or make it more shallow, he should side scrape. All right. Now from here, I can probably pen him, and I'll show you because I can see his front. And actually, I did not. All right, go ahead and shoot me again. Another critical. All right, I have not moved. Try to shoot me in the front if you can on your next round. See, I got a bouncer on him. All right. For this tank, the E5, his commander's cupola right there, like most tanks, is actually the weak spot. And I'm probably shouldn't be shooting heat, so I'm going to shift over to AP, conserve some money on this training session. But obviously, in Clan Wars, you will be shooting heat. Now, Joker, are you shooting heat or AP? Right. Yep. Right. Okay, so I'm going to try to shoot him in the commander's cupola from here. All right, he shot me again. Obviously, try to shoot me in a spot where you think you can penetrate me. And I just took 500 hit points on him. This is why it's important to know what the weak spots of each tank is, and we will cover that at a later training video. So now he's repositioning, and I'm going to let him take the shot. He can shoot anywhere he thinks that he can pen me. All right, so now that's the sixth round. The first one did damage, and that was because I was not shallow enough. All right, so now what I'm going to do, Joker, and you guys, I'm going to switch tanks with Egg, and Egg's going to try to side scrape his bat chat. Now, in some positions, when you're side scraping, you may not be able to get a shot. So it is important when you're side scraping that you back up as needed to get your shot. And once you get your shot, you come back in and protect that lower glacis. Go ahead and shoot. Can you even see him? And the reason your angle is because if you're straight, every time you pull back to try to make a shot, you have to turn to come out. If you're already at an angle and let's say you have to pull back in order to shoot, your angle on your tank is going to pull you into the line of fire. You can fire and then you can come back into protection. All right, so Either one of you guys could shoot at each other, and let's see what happens. All right. So in that case, let's go ahead and turn your body a little bit more. Yep, just like that. See if you can hit him, Egg. All right. So that was a critical. All right. And that was a bounce. So that's a medium taking a heavy shot from an E5. Do one more, Joker. All right, Egg, do not move. Now I'm going to go to Joker's spot. And I'm going to take a shot at Egg with my IS-7. And Egg can shoot at me once I get in position. So, what we're trying to prove here is just because there's a heavy there, if you're in the right position, that doesn't mean you're going to take damage. All right, so I'm in position here. You see how I'm protecting that lower glacis. I should be able to get a shot on him, or at least I can see him, right? So now go ahead and shoot at me, Egg. Shoot as many rounds as you want. Make sure you move your gun so you can hit other spots. All right, so that's 3 rounds from a bad chat, which is a feared opponent. I could probably pin him there. Correct, I agree. All right, so now I'm going to take a shot. So see, I pinned him there. So if he turns, yep, a little bit like, yeah, like that, right there. I'll try another shot because you never know. I mean, just my caliber might be a little more powerful. All right, so in this case, I'm actually pinning him. But he did bounce, several E5 shots. So that is the purpose of side scraping, guys, is to get in, uh, shoot each other, and, get some protection. Now we have a little fun. We're going to destroy the C5. All right, so now we are doing the same side scraping using an IS-7, correction, two IS-4s and a E100. Now, the E100 has really good side scraping abilities, just like the Moss, but there are areas in the front, even when they're side scraping, at least in the Moss, and we'll try to prove it here on the E100, that can be damaged. So the first thing we're going to do, IS-4 versus IS-4, or actually IS-4 versus E100. I want to let Joker, we'll take the first couple rounds, and then I'll get in there and stand by. All right, so the E100, right? Obviously, everyone knows the E100's front turret right here, and the front lower area glacis is a very is a weak spot. Okay. Now, if you notice, almost everywhere I point, it seems like my reticle is green. Now, I don't know if that's because of the mods that I have or what, but we'll see. All right, Joker, go ahead and get in position. All right, so right now we've changed. It's actually myself and Joker on the side scraping, all right? And we swapped positions just because we had a technical issue. So as you can see, as the E100, he has to pull back in order to get a clear shot from the buildings here, all right, before he can shoot me. And that's what side scraping does, is at that slight angle, it allows him to pull back, straight back, take a shot, and come right back in with a large caliber tank. Now, I might be too shallow, and he might actually penetrate me from this angle. So, but what I don't want is, I don't want him to get a clear shot at my lower glacis. All right, so go ahead, Joker, take a shot. All right, so I just took AP round from an E100, pretty much front end. So now, as my E100, all right, if I shoot his body, I should not pen him. It should, it should just bounce off. And that was a heat round. Right, you damaged the track, but you didn't really penetrate into the tank and take any hit points other than maybe hurt him speed wise, and maybe later, um, track him and stop him completely, which is very beneficial on a push. So the next round I'm going to take, all right, so see now I've got green here, but I know that if I take a shot anywhere on that side, that round's just going to bounce. So I could do one of two things. I could wait till he pulls out and try to shoot him, or I can try to take another shot. So I'll try right here. And with an AP round, I didn't pen him. Now I'm going to shift over to a heat round, which is what we normally use in Clan War, while he takes his shot. So I just took two frontal shots, both bounced. All right. So now I'm going to try heat round. Same spot more or less where I shot before. All right, and that's the front of that turret. And that was with heat. So heat will go through that turret. Okay. Right there, I could probably hit him again. Now, Joker, go ahead and turn your turret so it side scrapes. So now, well, that might be too far. I might pen that. All right, so he should be facing more or less forward of his own tank. I probably have an area right here where I can hit him, but let's just say that area is not here and I shoot for the side. All right, Joker, go ahead and pull out and shoot. I hit you in the front of your turret. Pull back and I'll tell you right where it is. Pull back and I'll show you and I'll tell you. Okay, right there. So I got one to the lower part of where your gun is, and then one in the corner. The second one was also, I believe, an AP round, and it was, I think, in the spot where the one that went through went in. All right, so now you saw that I locked my turret on him prior for him shooting. What that does is it puts the strongest part of your turret, which is your mantle, directly at the tank. So it is possible to penetrate the mantle, obviously, but that is the strongest part of your turret. The other thing I could have done is move to right here and get the same angle as the tank. Now I'm going to log in them one more time. See if you can hit my mantle. All right, and I got a bouncer. All right, why don't you have Egg replace you? and then we can do a little IS on IS. And remember, if you're side scraping and you get penned, that doesn't necessarily mean that side scraping doesn't work with that tank. It just means that either A, you don't have enough armor to side scrape, or B, you are too shallow or showing, or you're not shallow enough and you're showing too much of an angle. All right, Ed, go ahead and shoot one ready. All right, so I can't lock on my teammate. Okay, so I've had 4 shots in the front, and where he's at, I should not be able to pin him. All right, and that's I just shot him in what the ISs are known for, a weak area, which is the ears or the front end that angles out on most IS tanks. So we can sit here all day long and trade rounds for side scraping.